Natural edge winged bowls similar to this are some of my favorites. They present a challenge because generally they're going to be turned off balance. You're going to be cutting some air, but they're a lot of fun. They can be beautiful. I want to go through and show you how to make one, and I want to show you some design considerations that'll help you when you get ready to do yours. Hi, y'all. I'm Mike Peace, Mike Peace Woodturning. I'm passionate about woodturning, and want to show you some tips, tricks, and techniques to help you become a better turner. If this is what you're interested in, click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any future videos. It's been a while since I've had a good long project. Tax season is over, and I've been a tax volunteer. It's been keeping me busy, but looking forward to getting back into my shop. All right, let's look at some designs. I think rectangular designs are better looking than square. I think the square tends to look a little bit boring. And I think if when you do a rectangular one, if you turn it off center, I believe it adds just a bit more interest. Although, again, a bit more of a turning challenge as you get that big propeller turning around. I like crotch peaches. I like crotch pieces because they add some figure, and they add interest with that dogleg shape from the various branch extensions. To me, natural edge wing bowls tend to be a target of opportunity. When I get the right piece of wood, then I look at it. Let's look at this piece of wood and figure out where we're going to go with it. You can see it's got some nice figure here. It's got some nice figure here. This happens to be a piece of a cherry. It's got a bit of crack we got to deal with. That's something you got to look at. But I think because this is going to be the way the wing is, and it's cracking because of the pith coming through here. Not as bad on this end, although we've got some damage. But I think as we get into it, it'll disappear. So not a problem. I wish this had been left with the dog legs sticking out because I think it would have added a little more interest. But you know, sometimes you just got to deal with the hands that have dealt with you. What I like to do is examine the piece and think about on these wing bowls where I'm going to put the bowl, and then I usually grab a template. This happens to be a 6-inch, which I think is a good fit, and I look for what I feel like is the best area, which I think is this one right here. And we're just going to kind of mark center. Draw around the edge. And we're going to start off chucking this thing with a woodworm screw. We're going to handle that by just squaring this up and drilling down into it. I like to do this on a drill press, but doing it by hand can also work. Using a 5/16 inch. Drill about 3/4 of an inch deep, no deeper. I've got a whole video on how to use a woodworm screw. I find it very effective for certain types of turning, such as starting off on the bowl. If you're interested in that, I'll have a link to that at the end of the video. So we're going to just put this on here. I'm using, by the way, I'm using the largest chuck I have. Because it gives me a larger surface. Let's see if I can't give you a little better view here. It gives you a larger surface, and it's that large surface that tends to give that secure hold, not necessarily how many threads you got or how deep this hole is. Just spin it on. I'll have that link at the end of this video. Put the spindle lock on. Press down and tighten it on. And there we go. Let me get some of these cords out of the way. Swing it, make sure it clears. Yep. Then we're going to bring up tailstock support. I'm going to use this cone. It's not going to make a lot of difference which one I use. I'm going to put the tool rest approximately 90 degrees to the piece. Make sure it clears. Going to change my belt from high speed to lower speed. Lower speed gives more torque. We're going to start off at a very slow speed. Want to cut on center. And we're going to start off probably getting a little bit off the through here, the heaviest weight. That'll see if it won't change the balance just a bit by making the wings smaller. Stand out of the way when you turn it on. Turn your speed all the way down. I'm up to about 450. I think I'm going to leave it at that for a moment. Stand out of the line of fire, anchor the tool, ride the bevel. Going to drop the handle just a bit. Go very slow. Keeping my whole arm behind the tool rest. Okay, we can see where we're beginning to make some progress. Let's move the tool rest a little bit more of an angle. And keep working it out here. Turn it on. I think I can turn the speed up just a bit. Not much. Maybe to 500. The lathe's vibrating just a bit. Okay, need to come out on the end a bit more. I think I'll just work this end right here. Sometimes it doesn't hurt. You got a piece of tape. Show you where the end is. That'll give me a little better feel for where I need to work. Okay, removing that weight out in the end definitely changes the distribution a little bit. Now I'm going to try to get a feel for where I'm going on the end. I'm not sure yet. Here's the pith. Here's the cracking. So I think what I'm probably going to want to do, and the cracking goes most of the way through, is probably have the top of the bowl close to that, which means then the rim is going to be somewhere like that. And then I've got the thickness. This is the bowl rim, then this is the actual thickness of the bowl. So I've got about half an inch, 3/8 of an inch to go. I'm trying to mirror the outside to this dimension I've got here, so I've got to check it every now and then to kind of see where we are. I got to come in a little bit here. Yeah, that's looking better. Still gotta come out more. If I wanted to slope this thing and have it curved, I'd go in a lot more here, and I'd have left more room out here to curve it this way. A little bit more, right about there. A little bit here, a little bit on the edge. I'm going to go ahead and square up my tool rest to give me a little better feel for straightening this thing out. Got a little bit of fat area right here. I'm going to Mark this. Okay, I think I'm going to work on putting a tenon here. So let's move this back. Maybe lift this up just a bit. Give me a feel for where the tenon's going to go. Got a lot of bark here. The bark's not going to provide any support. Alright, now I'm going to line this up 90 degrees. Come straight in. Now I've got to change the shape of the bowl. Use a 3/8 inch detail gouge. Clean up that tenon. I just got to smooth it out a little bit from here to here. I'm going to drop the handle, do a bit of a shearing cut. Got to drop tool rest a bit. Some of it you just have to, tool marks you just got to clean up with sanding. Okay. Here's the edge of the bowl. Okay, that looks pretty good. I think I'm ready to rechuck it. Got a nice recess there. Alright, we're going to switch to a smaller chuck. Okay. We're going to go ahead and bring up tailstock support as long as we can. It'll fit right into that screw hole nicely. So now I want to match the bowl. Made the bowl a little bit smaller here than I thought. So let's redraw the line. Tentatively right there. You can see that's where we're heading on blending these two. I need to come in a little bit more. Just a reminder again of I want to have this bowl, this thickness, the same as this equal to this, and maybe a slight curve in here. That's where I'm heading. I want to look like it's actually protruding, projected right through the bowl. I can see this crack's going a lot deeper than I thought, so and this is kind of punky here, so I think I'm just going to go down until well, don't know.
These detail corners are the hardest to get, but I've got it projecting through. I like that. The thickness is a little thicker than I like. I think I may try to reduce it just a bit more. Gotta go down here just a bit more. Okay, I put my name on it. I reverse chucked it by using a vacuum chuck. I've got a video. I have a link to that video on how you reverse chuck a bowl. I'm pleased with how it turned out. I've still got to put a few coats of Minwax antique oil on it. My favorite finish. If you've done a winged bowl and had any particular challenges, I'd like to hear about it in the comments below. If you want more details on turning a winged bowl, you can click on the link to a more detailed two-part video on turning a winged bowl. Y'all stay safe. Come on back here.